Hey guys, hope everyone's doing good. Thanks for making your way back to the channel or checking it out for the first time. I appreciate it. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, do me a favor and give her a click there. I'd appreciate it. I'm going to do a short video on no prep tuning. I may not be the exact poster child for this. I have been known to make some 8th mile burnout passes. But last season, I started getting a real good handle on it. And I don't see a lot of other people sharing this kind of info. So basically this video is just going to be some little tips or tricks that I'm using to help get my car down the track, and maybe stuff that you guys can use, maybe stuff you guys haven't seen before, maybe stuff you're already doing, and maybe you have other ideas. That's cool. I'd love to hear them if you throw them in the comments. I want to do maybe a follow-up video later, a little more in depth. And I can put some of that stuff out there and we can share it. For the sake of this video, I'm going to throw some times out there, which I think, in my opinion, are probably times that you can expect to be running if you show up to a back of the track, no prep kind of race. I'm not talking front of the track stuff, because clearly you can go quite a bit faster front of the track. But I think if you show up to back of the track race, and you have tune-ups, or the car's capable of running anywhere from, I would say, 530 to some really crappy stuff, maybe 630, maybe even a little bit slower. Chances are, if you're capable of doing that and you don't draw some super heavy hitter, you're probably going to go rounds, especially if you've got the car so it'll go down any surface in the 5s. You're probably looking pretty good. But having an arsenal of tune-ups is what you really want. Having data on a lot of surfaces, knowing the car and knowing what it's going to do, obviously is a good thing, and that's just going to come with time. But you got to put the work in and get the data, understand the car, understand different surfaces, and then you can really benefit from it. So when it comes to data, you need to keep it organized, in my opinion. I'm not the most organized person, but I keep every race that I go to or every test session that I do, I keep a folder for it. And when I go to the folder, it'll have all the data logs from different rounds. I'll have the tunes from every round. I'll have all the info in here that I need to go back and look at later, or if I go back to that track, I'll have the data I need to probably make an A to B pass. Now, when I say A to B pass, I mean a pass that is start to finish, under full throttle, with no pedals. That may sound obvious, but when you're trying to figure out the car, or you have the car on the edge, chances are you're going to be pedaling the car. And if you're pedaling the car, it's going to go slower than it could. If you get the car going A to B under full throttle, in my opinion, that's huge. You can really read the data between rounds and really make some changes to get the car going faster. So next thing I want to talk about is tuning the car between rounds. So if I go back to my folders, I'm just going to pick a race here. This is an Ontario Street Outlaws. This was a race July 23rd. I've got all the data logs in here. This is the first round data log. And if I look at it, green line is TPS, so I can see the car went the full pass, under throttle, no pedaling at all. So this was a nice clean pass. Fuck yeah. And then if we compare first round tune and my third round tune, and I'm just showing this so that you can see that I'm not really making a lot of big changes between rounds. If I've got the car going A to B, I'll just make little minute changes, just nibble away at the tune. If you look at my launch RPM, I've increased the launch RPM 200. And this is between first round and third round. And if you look at my boost curve, on the hit, looks like target boost, like I'm only changing this thing, and this is going to be different between cars, keep that in mind, but I'm only changing my car 0.2 of a pound of boost. Up here, 0.2, and I'm looking right here, right, target boost. Here I'm changing it, I got a half a pound of boost extra, 0.4 of a pound extra. And I think up top, I actually left it pretty well the same. So this is a comparison between my first round tune, and I was actually lucky enough to go to the finals in this race. So this is between first round and the finals. And if you look at my target boost, the yellow line and the dotted yellow line, you can see I didn't really change it a whole lot between first round and the finals. And in this case, actually this is kind of interesting looking at it now, but I probably underestimated the surface on this. If you look at my blue line here, is the drive shaft speed. Solid line being my first round, and dotted line being the finals. I probably underestimated the surface a little bit here. You can see the tires actually stuck a little more in the finals. I probably should have had even more power in it here. And I might have made it to the finals in that race, but that's definitely not how it goes every time. I've got more data logs, more races, more folders where I get put out first round or second round or whatever. You've got to keep your head up. You've got to keep pushing forward. This is racing. It's not easy. If it was easy, everyone would be out here doing it and winning. If you're at a race where you get put out early, a lot of promoters or a lot of race masters, whatever you want to call them, will let you make test passes between rounds, or they'll have grudge racing between rounds. So don't leave with your tail between your legs. Get out there, make some changes, find a grudge race, find whatever, make some test passes and try and get it figured out. You're already there. You might as well make some use of the track, get some data, and try to make some progress. Like I say, this isn't easy, but you've got to use everything at your disposal to keep pushing forward. The last little tip I'm going to give you guys, and I'm sure most people out there, No Prep Racing, have one of these by now, but that is a draggy. I didn't have one of these till last year, and having basically a time slip of your race is huge. Seeing what the car is running, what it's 60 footing, what it's going to the 330, and making changes and seeing the improvement or seeing it slow down is huge. Like I say, I'm sure most people have these. They're cheap now, but they work extremely well. Basically, that's all I got for you. Like I say, you need an arsenal of tune-ups. You need the car to be going A to B, under throttle, under full throttle the whole time. You need to be able to store your data in a way that you can go back and look at it, and go back and look at it efficiently too. Because if you're between rounds or something and you're trying to make a change, you want to go back, see what it did at another race, you need to be able to do that stuff quickly, so keep it organized. Definitely get yourself a draggy, and just making minute changes between rounds, pending the car is actually going A to B under full throttle. Just minute changes where the car is going to take it. You can't rely on the car just going A to B to win the whole race. You need to keep your eye on the prize, and you need to be focused on making it to the finals and being quicker than you were first round, because the person in the other lane is probably doing the same thing. So that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Post some comments if you got them. I'd love to hear them. And have a good one, guys.